Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming. So in this video, I'm going to show you, I think, one trade, maybe two, and at least $10,000 worth of purchases, if not way more. There's some pretty cool stuff in this video I'm excited about. I'm going to disclose the prices with you as I go. Now, the first thing I'm going to show you is a trade. So here's the note that I have. Hey Rusty, thank you very much for accepting the trade. You really helped me a lot in my current collector's goal. I really appreciate what you do for this community and other collectors. Keep doing what you do, Auntie. Now this guy, this is what I traded for. A Blaine's Charizard first edition Gem Mint 10. I love my first edition 10 Charizards. That's why you don't really ever see this for sale on my eBay or anywhere. And what I traded for this was some PSA 9 first editions that he wanted. He got a bunch of them. And I'm going to show you guys what the trade was for. So you got Last there, probably one of the more expensive ones from the video, Scoop Up. And these are all base first edition. Potion, Growlithe, Jinx. And he told me that if at all possible he prefers new style cases, and I think I was able to get him a new style case for everything. Got Charmeleon, Abra, because there were a few that I didn't have that way in the listings that he had pulled from eBay. But I had some that were on backstock. I got Poliwag, Tangela, Arcanine, Machoke, Dugtrio, got Poliwhirl, Coughing, Maintenance, Machop, and then another big one, Wartortle. So he got all those for and I traded for his one Blaine's Charizard. I think the approximate value was $1,200 or something like that. And then he also bought a few other ones, but we won't go into all of that. Thank you very much, Auntie, for the trade. Very smooth, very clear. That's the way I like it done. Next up, I bought this off of a guy who was selling a Trophy Kangaskhan, but he sold me his Teach set. I paid $1,200 for this set. This is the 1999-2000 set, and from what I can tell, these are in pretty good condition for. Most of these are fairly damaged, but there are 10 cards in the set, the Pikachu being the most coveted. What I'm going to do is I'll end up grading mine. I'm going to send these off to be graded. I think I can grade them as a box topper. I'm not too sure. I'm going to have to check on the height requirements. They may have to go as a jumbo, which would increase the cost quite a bit because I think jumbos are like $50 now. And then I assume this is the piece that it was popped off of. Oh, check it out. He's got a Bible verse on here. When I am weak, then I am strong. The less I have, the more I depend on him. 2 Corinthians 12:10. Yeah, that pretty much goes along with a lot of what the Bible says. In your weak, I think he's glorified in your weakness, not in your strength, or something like that. Alright, so next up we have some stuff that I want off of PWCC. So I won this Mewtwo. It was advertised as the regular Black Star promo, and that's what it says up there. And I thought that maybe it was lighter just in the picture, but in person, I can tell you now for sure this is not the Black Star promo, the English one. This is the Japanese Junior Rally one, which is much more rare, but a lot easier to grade. I was actually looking for the other Mewtwo. So you can see on the backside, super crisp, but it's got that gloss to it. And if I put a strong flashlight behind it, it would be more translucent because it's made of Japanese stock. Just like the non-holo Eevee. Like I said, this is much more rare, but in a Gem Mint 10, I'm not sure that the value is actually worth more because I think it's a lot harder to get the number 12 from the English print, which is not worth quite as much ungraded. But Gem Mint 10, this one's a lot easier. And then I also won this, a Staff Evolutions pre-release Charizard. Been trying to add one of these to my collection for a little bit now. Won it for a pretty fair price. The main cards I was going for that night were the Shadowless PSA 10 and the Legendary Collection PSA 10, but I did not win those. I think this one was $2,800, $3,000, something like that for what I paid for that Staff Charizard. Next up, a few more cards that I purchased. These are 1999-2000 holos. You can see it right there. And these are PSA 10. Got one there. Got another one here, the Ninetales. And then the Nidoking, I paid $250 a piece for each of these. Still looking for some more. But I also bought from this guy an Uncut Topps Chrome sheet for $750, but I'm not going to show that on camera because it's really big. Next up, here is a Gengar. It was either $900 or $950 that I purchased this for. This is Sky Ridge, one of a few cards that I have left that I still need in PSA 10 for the holos. And the price just keeps going up, so I figured I'd go ahead and snag that one while I had a chance. Next up, oh, we're trying to scoot around. I'm smacking the camera. I'm going to show you guys some singles, and there are still some more high-end cards left. I'm just going through the stacks kind of as they as I put them on the table. Alright, so I believe this was about 350 bucks what I paid for all of this. We got some best of game promos. You got Dark Venusaur. These are loose. I didn't pay a whole lot for these individually, but there are a bunch of them. You got some winners. See the stamp right there, which are a little bit harder. Next up, I believe these are German Kabuskin winners. Yeah, KP. It should be German ones. And I didn't pay a bunch for it, but I don't see them very often. There you have some English ones. I'm gonna check these for condition. You know, if they're gradable, I'll grade some of them. You got the Marshtomp winner as well. There's some German ones. Then here's the Grovyle. German, no English. These are a little bit tougher to get in Gem Mint 10. I can tell you now this first one is not Gem Mint 10. But these are winner Electabuzz. From what I could tell, a lot of these holos did have some scratches on them. But like I said, I didn't pay too much for them because it's basically expected. I did pay a little extra for these sealed packs right here, because I don't think I have any of these that I kept. I opened them up, and I plan to have these graded as a pack through PSA. So you got the winner and the non-winner Salamence, then you got the winner, non-winner Flygon. And these packs should be 25 and 10. So that's pretty cool. I like those. Still got some more. Got some winner and non-winner Darkness energies. Same thing with the multi-energy. You can see the winner stamp right there, and then the non-winners. And these from within the regular set, they were non-holographic. And then there should be steel. Maybe I didn't get any metal ones. And then we've got some rainbow energies, full holos. These are really tough to get in PSA 10. I've got 1,000 of them, so I'm not too worried just yet. But I would like to get some 10s sooner rather than later. Got some winners, non-winners, more best of games. And then there's a bunch of these fire and fighting, just holographic WotC energies. People love using these for decks. These, since they're already out of the case, I'll probably just send them off to Troll and Toad and have them sell them individually. Take a little while, but every now and then someone will come through and buy like 25 of those things all at once. And it can add up. So that was a nice stack of single cards that I got. Next up, I bought a bunch of these. These are all Ancient Mew graded cards, and they range from PSA 5 to PSA 9. No 10s, no crazy rare Ancient Mew, but I think a guy was just looking to get rid of them, and I bought them for a decent price. I believe he sent some free stuff with it. I can't remember if I don't think I bought this stuff. It's got like a Zygarde. You got some codes right here. I'll shoot out the codes to you guys. So looks like got some Checkling blister ones. Well, that one was upside down. I'm trying to cover it up so these scanners don't get them. More Burning Shadows codes. So that's pretty cool. If you would, just maybe get one. Try not to snag them all if you're the first one to the video. Let some other kids have some of them. Got the Gyarados and Dark Doug Trio, Komala. Don't know what's in here. Got some more reverse holos, pretty cool. Slowking, Jangamoto. Some holos from Black and White. Very cool. We got a Darkrai GX. Got a Zygarde. So thank you very much. Next up we have, here we go, we have a pre-release Aerodactyl Gem Mint 10, and this is the brown stamp. And you know, I was expecting this to be a weak 10 because most of the time these are, but this is a really strong 10. So, or a justified 10. I think I saw some, got the, I don't know, well, the way it looks like it's a double, it might be on the case. But the back side is definitely good. And so I was definitely happy with this. I bought it off of, it ended up being PWCC. I thought it was someone else. It was the same place I got that Lapras. I think I got it for $900. I wasn't expecting the guy to accept it. So he had a price at $1,700. It ended up going through. And you know, I really kick myself now because I had several of these graded myself, and I sold them for like $100 several years back. But back then that was good money, and now I'm buying them for $900. All right, next up we have a Jungle Booster Box. Got it for $1,800. It's in pretty good shape. Most of the Jungle boxes I run across are not, for whatever reason. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. I went ahead, picked it up. I think I sold my last one for like $2,000 or $2,200. So not a whole lot of room there to make money, but I think the prices are going to continue to go up, and this is a good shape box. Next up, probably my favorite purchase. Well, I have two purchases from this guy. I'll show you a picture he sent. See that pretty cool right there. Hey Rusty, thanks for the smooth transaction. Pack Pokestop. At first he wanted me to keep the price that he sold it for, I guess disclosed to just me and him, but I was like, dude, I'm the buyer. I think I'm okay with telling people how much I paid for something. It's the other way around. Usually if the buyer wants it to be kept private from the, you know, through the seller, I understand that, but not the other way around where the seller wants it kept secret. So, but he was like, oh yeah, you're fine. So go ahead and do the little shout out, and you can see it right there, the Pack Pokestop. But I bought this card off of him on eBay. We have the Pichu Gem at 10. I think I got this for $269.99. I basically just made an offer for the last sold price that I'd saw, and that's full price because I want it for my personal collection. And then the card behind here is something that I bought privately for a lot more than anything else in this video, and I'm very happy to add it to my collection. So we have a Charizard. It's Gem Mint 10, but it's a special Gem Mint 10 Charizard because 1999 2000. Now I've had several 1999 2000 Charizards, but I've never actually had a 10 in my hands, and I do now. I originally offered him $5,000 if I remember correctly, and we settled on $5,500, which is more than 3 times. Well, it's probably right at 3 times the value of the regular unlimited. You know, that's a hefty premium for a card that was printed well after the original one, but this is so much harder to find. That's why those other ones I was paying $250 for, and they're probably valued around $100 or so. But with the 1999 2000 Charizard, I can add it to my collection and put it in there. I've got the regular unlimited, then I have this one, still going for Shadowless, and then my PSA 10 First Ed. That one's still in the works. I know it sounds crazy. It's been over a month. Hopefully I'll have that, you know, within, you know, by the end of February, if all goes well. But like I said, this one $5,500. So there's a lot of purchases here, a lot of big cards I'm adding to my personal collection. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks as always for you guys checking out the videos.